It's the Ultimate Intimacy Podcast with myself, Nick, and my beautiful, lovely wife, Amy. And today we're going to talk about the 7 stages of marriage. And I think up until like kind of recently, maybe a couple of years ago, I didn't even think of the 7 stages of marriage or really realize there were 7 stages of marriage. But now as I look back, I'm like, oh, it totally is, and they're totally right on.
Really?
Yeah. Now we haven't gone through all the 7 stages, but we've gone through a few stages, and I'm like, oh, those seem to be right on line with what we've
We've
been
only
through.
been through like 2 stages. We're only 29.
Amy just had her birthday 2 days ago, and
Well, it's going to
her
be a couple weeks by the time this is released, but yeah.
that's
And
true. That's true.
Nick's approaching 50,
Oh
so
man, it's yeah, it's like I'm planning for my funeral.
I'm still 29 in
So,
my mind.
yeah. So,
I
anyways,
feel 29.
oh, you look 29,
No,
babe.
I
You're
don't,
like you're
but
like
I feel 29.
feel like a feel
I'm
like
gonna
an
stay at
feel like
29
a newlywed
forever.
still. Yeah, you
No, but
totally feel like a newlywed
Nick
still.
planned this episode. I really don't know what these 7 stages are, but I'm excited to see which one we're in. It's
Well,
not the empty we're not quite to the empty nester yet.
when you're thinking, why is this important for me to know? Every stage seems to have different things that kind of pull couples apart or struggles or different things like that. And I think if you can be prepared for them and kind of understand that, hey, this stage is fairly normal. How do we navigate through this? How do we stay connected emotionally and, sexually during these different stages so that we can have the best marriage we can have? So
Mm,
that's the point of the podcast. So
okay, I
regardless of
like
what
it.
stage you're in, that
Okay.
you'll know what stage you're in, and then hopefully you can
Okay.
figure out how to keep things strong through that different stage. So
Jumping in, the very first stage is
the first stage,
the first
that would be the
stage,
first stage, wouldn't it?
the newlywed stage.
Oh, totally.
Some people hated that stage. I'm like, what?
Oh, take us
Okay, but
back.
if you know our story, we met on a blind date, got set up, literally hit it off that night. Nick's like, I'll call you in a few days. Called me the next morning. Couldn't even make it a few
I meant a
hours.
few hours. Yeah,
Literally proposed. We were together every day. Proposed 3 weeks later, he
three and a
did.
half. You're
Three,
pushing that up. You're like
three.
making
I
us.
pushed it up
You're making
2 days.
us sound crazy. Three
Oh,
weeks?
three
No
and a
way.
half weeks does not
It was 3.5.
not stay sound crazy at all. Hadn't even met each other's parents yet. Literally gotten gay or got married within 3 months. Yeah. So our
Oh, it has
our
been
newlywed
pure.
stage was like still
It's
dating,
been pure
technically.
bliss ever since. Yeah. No, our newlyweds, we're
Literally.
still in our newlywed stage after 23 years, aren't we?
No, that's hilarious.
Okay. All right.
Like I
So,
said, I'm still 29,
yeah,
so
yeah.
we're past that. No, I'm just joking. I'm not. I wish. Okay. What are tips that you would give in the newlywed stage?
Well,
We had a great newlywed stage,
we did.
but we were still kind of dating and learning about each other, and we hadn't gone to that point where like you bug me yet. Where a lot of people
Did
have
we
dated.
ever get to that point?
Yes.
Oh, we did? Oh, what
This
happened?
is
What
an
stage happened in
honesty.
that?
This is an honesty podcast, right? Yes,
Yes, it is.
you have bugged me before,
Okay.
and I'm sure I have bugged you. But it didn't happen that first year because we were still dating.
She was bugging me every night for making love.
Yeah,
You're
you
like, babe,
wish.
can we make love tonight?
I
So
did
you
not do
you
that.
were bugging me in that sense as you wanted to make love every
And he's
night.
like, let's
But
go back to the newlywed stage. But that didn't really happen, but in your dreams. So, but there are a lot of couples, speaking serious, that really struggle in the newlywed stage. They might have already dated for a while, and so they get married, and all of a sudden, like things are really hard. Like a lot of people admit that like we fought a ton, like moving in together, and all of a sudden all these like
but I'd
adult
say
things hit us together, and it's hard. It can be hard.
yeah, I'd say for most couples though, that's kind of the fireworks stage where I
Yeah.
mean, you don't have any kids, you're young in life, everything's
Mhm.
exciting.
Yep.
Usually at that point everything's still pretty
It should
passionate.
still be really fun, right?
Yeah, you're making love all the time. Yeah.
That's why the guys got married, so they could stay in the newlywed stage. And the wives are like, well, I want a family. And he's like, oh, that's going to change things. Here it comes, stage number 2, the reality check.
The reality check. Where
The
you're like,
reality check.
oh, it doesn't stay the honeymoon stage the whole time? What? I
This
thought I
is
did.
this is where that little newlywed excitement bubble starts to pop. Okay, so life starts happening. You might start having kids, you have career changes, your bills start coming in, start getting tired. You
Yes,
start getting
yes,
tired.
yes.
They don't know what tired is. They're not in their 40s.
That's right. Or they're almost 50.
Or you might be almost 60 or 70 listening. I don't know. Are you tired? I don't know. If you're not tired, let us know how you're not
Yeah,
tired.
let us know the secrets.
I'm tired. Um, yeah, I think this is the point where the thrill and excitement starts to kind of wear down a little bit, and the husband's like, wait, why isn't she touching me as much? Why isn't she
Yeah.
initiating as much? And the wife is like, why isn't he romancing me the same way? What is happening? Oh
Oh,
no, the
for
kids
sure.
are coming first all of a sudden.
For
Right?
sure. Yeah.
Right.
Starting to have kids and the kids are the priority and
Yep.
the marriage starts to get neglected on both ends, right? Like you
Yeah.
stop having date night. Amy and I experienced this. You
We
stop
did.
having
Hmm.
date nights. Everything's becomes about the kids and
Well, when they're
stress
little, I
and
mean, this is baby and toddler stage, right? So yeah, like it feels like they're number one for a while. It really does. And it's hard to be like, okay, how do I put my marriage first? They are so needy, right? And then your husband starts feeling kind of needy, and then the husband starts feeling like he's being needy. Yeah, it
so
just changes.
so we're also talking about how to stay strong. We're going to let
Right.
you know the mistakes we made. So during this period, Amy and I stopped doing date night.
Bad
And
idea.
bad idea. And during this stage, most couples are going to experience this, like, oh, maybe you can't afford a babysitter, or maybe the
Hmm.
kids are too young or whatever, but you have to keep doing date night. You have to. Even if it's at home, even if it doesn't cost any money, just spending that quality time together and
Hmm.
finding that time together. And that could be putting the kids to bed and just watching a movie together, right? Whatever that is, don't do what we did. Continue to have date night and prioritize your marriage and your relationship during this stage. Most couples during this stage don't. This is where things tend to start falling apart, so to speak.
I thought you were going to say keep
Okay.
making love a
Well,
lot.
well, that
I thought
too, but
that was going to be your main tip.
yeah, but I mean, I think if you're dating and you're staying connected, that hopefully naturally should
Okay.
still be happening. But yes, that too. And let me go back. I don't want to say
Hmm.
fall apart because that sounds like maybe a bad thing, but that's where you start stopping doing the things that your marriage really needs, right? It
Hmm.
just becomes easy to stop dating,
Hmm.
to not be making love and doing those things. And so, anyways,
I like what we wrote down on the list, and it was listen like it's your job.
yeah, I like that.
Listen like it's your job. I think this is what kind of messed us up is that the listening wasn't happening, not the talking. And when one person feels like they're not being listened to, then they stop sharing, and then there becomes a separation with the communication.
For sure.
And this is a very vulnerable stage when you're probably like husbands are probably feeling the pressure of providing. You're starting to have kids, possibly, maybe not, but if you are starting to have kids, the stress, financial stress starts coming in. The hormones have changed, bodies are changing.
Yep.
You're tired more, you're up all night. Like it's a hard stage to
It
really
is a
keep
hard
that
stage.
passion. Like that's
Agreed.
not really hard. Like that was
And again,
to me, I can look back and say that was one of the hardest stages.
and that's where we started making the most mistakes is during that
Right,
stage.
right. Okay, leading into stage three, the rebellion years. This is where you start dreaming different dreams, facing unexpected detours, or wondering if you even want the same things anymore. Maybe one of you wants more kids and the other one doesn't, or the other one's just tapped out. Maybe you're building a business and your spouse is addicted to that and spending all their time on
Yeah.
that,
Yep.
and you're just dealing with like day-to-day
We
chaos.
talk about that like we know what we're talking about.
Oh wait, that
Yeah,
was
it
the
totally
stage
happened to
that
us.
was the stage that broke us.
The
That
rebellion
this
stage.
is like you start having a family and then your focus kind of starts to change from
Total.
what we preach all the time, which is marriage first. Because the only reason we preach that is because we kind of messed that up for a
Oh, we
while.
totally messed it up.
Yeah.
Totally messed it up.
Yeah.
But again, we can talk about this because we made all the wrong decisions. And now looking
Hmm.
back, we recognize the wrong decisions we made, which put our marriage through really tough times and really tough struggles that we probably didn't need to put ourselves through. Like, had we known and known better and done things the right way, we would have eliminated so many things. Having said that, in a crazy way, I'm grateful for what we went through because it did make our marriage stronger, I believe. It didn't mean we had to overcome a lot of things. But and again, that's just me personally. Amy may feel differently, but I feel like our marriage in the long run is stronger and going to be stronger because of some of the things that we had to learn and went through.
Well, the Ultimate Intimacy app was created because of what we
Correct.
went through. So,
Yeah,
yes,
we're doing
we would
what we're
never,
doing because of exactly.
right. God had a plan for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had to go through the hard. This is the stage where it just can feel really hard. Like you might even question, like, did I make the right choice? Did I really want to be married? Did I pick the right person?
And
Anyways,
we both felt that, I think.
I think the biggest tip that I can look back and say is to stay a team.
Yeah.
Remember why you got married. Remember why you wanted to start a family. Remember that your family came because of your love, that your marriage is beautiful, and that these, I think now looking back at this stage, um, it goes so fast. And
Oh,
everyone's always like, enjoy the stage, it goes so fast, and you're in the middle of it, you're like, it's not going fast.
yeah.
It's not going fast. It's going really slow and it's really hard. But I look back and I'm like, that went so fast.
Yeah, I agree.
That went so
I
fast.
agree. Yeah, now I'm
So,
almost 50. Like, what's going on?
yeah.
I'm like gonna be picking out grave sites here pretty soon.
Next stage, stage four. This is the business partner phase. This is the long haul, the business stage. You're juggling kids, raising kids, juggling work, dealing with aging parents, keeping a home together. It's easy to become two roommates running a household.
This is the stage we're in right now.
That is
100%.
exactly where we're at. House full of teenagers, running a business from home, maintaining a farm. Well, I don't think it's a farm. I just have 3 dogs and a bird, but I would love a farm.
Yeah, so we need to go back to stage 3 real quick. In the stage 3 it mentioned, that's the time where you're maybe arguing over how many kids to have and things like that. Amy wanted more children and told me for every year that we didn't have a child, she would buy a dog. So
it was a joke.
well, so right now we have 4 children and 3 dogs, and she stopped at 3, thank goodness. So
that's because my kids say it's embarrassing to go on a walk with me with 3 dogs.
yeah. So, anyways, some people
can
can probably relate to us. Anyways, back to stage 4.
I love my 3 dogs and I love my 4 kids so much.
See, so
I could have just loved 6 kids too.
But,
and I could love 6 dogs too.
Oh, I'm sure you could.
I'm sure that's never going to happen.
So stage 4 is exactly where we're at right now, right? Like
Right.
we could, Amy and I work together, and sometimes she's like, "Really, I gotta see you all the time, morning and night." And oh my
24/7.
goodness, like just put a fork in me. Hopefully, you don't feel that way, but yeah, we're in this stage right now, and we can feel the pulls and things trying to pull us apart, and it's really important to try to prioritize things and stay connected. And some of the things we do is we shower together, we go on walks together, we
after working together all day, we still want to go on a walk together.
Yeah.
For us, and most people don't work together, so most of you leave and then come back together in the evening and have the night, and you're trying to juggle kids and you barely get any time together. So I understand that we're kind of in a totally different place, but it's definitely hard because Nick's always like, why don't you miss me? Why don't you ever just kiss me like you miss me? I'm like, you don't go anywhere. How am I supposed to miss you?
Like
go somewhere. You're into the post office.
Even when you were next to me sleeping, you were snoring, and I knew you were there.
Bugging me in my sleep. No, whatever your situation is, I think it's like, look for the little things. Be grateful for the little things. Work on your friendship. Work on the passion. Like, it's still possible at this stage, even if your kids are busy and you're going from thing to thing to thing to thing, like, you got each other. Like, when you crawl in bed at night, be like, I'm so glad that we get to do this life together. Like, this is so great. I saw a quote, I know I already shared this, but a quote that said, there's nothing better than being married to your best friend. And there's not, but you have to be best friends for you to feel like that, right? So hopefully the podcast and the app and the products, like, hopefully all the things
can help you become better friends during these different stages.
Be friends. Like, that's my big advice for this stage. Like, our kids are getting easier. They can drive themselves places. They have their own schedules. They set their own alarm clocks. They make their own food to a point now, like before school and stuff. Like it's getting simpler as parents. I mean, yeah, they got their emotional and I mean they're teenagers, but it's not like taking care of toddlers where you're feeding and cleaning and blah
Yeah.
blah blah. It's just a different stage. And so this
Totally
is the
different stage of being
stage.
busy.
Yeah, I think it's a different stage of busy where we're more supporting our kids now. We're now cheering on our kids now. And we get to do that as friends. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, it is. It's
So
awesome.
enjoy this stage. And I don't have a whole lot of tips for the next coming stages because we're not quite there yet. But stage 5 is the reunion season. Kids are older, maybe moved out, your careers might be steady for the first time in a long time. You actually have more time, time to breathe, time to talk, time to rediscover each other. This is where some couples start to really enjoy each other again, and others realize they've drifted too far apart. Make sure you're the first couple.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Some people during this stage actually end up getting divorced because they're like,
I don't know
I
you.
don't know,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So don't let your marriage get to that stage. Continue to work on it and do the things you need to do.
Right.
If you're at this stage, it's not too late. Continue to implement and do the things that you need to do to grow closer together.
And I see that stage coming right
Oh, I
around the
do too.
corner for us. Like we only have so many years till they're all going to be out. Because I mean, we've got one and almost two leaving soon, and so I feel it like being right there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy cow!
I
Like
know it's crazy.
it makes me sick. I'm like start crying talking about it. But
Crazy.
like I want us to be best friends and to have a really strong marriage when they all leave. Because it's just going to be the two of us. And I think a lot of women forget, like, my whole life is my kids, my kids, my kids, my kids, my kids. You're like, what about him? Like, he's, at the end of the day, it's still just the two of you.
So much fun.
I hope we have a lot of
We'll
fun.
have so much fun.
So, some tips that we wrote down for this stage is to make new dreams together. Travel, make, dreams to travel, dreams for new hobbies, take up some new hobbies, start playing again, start having fun again. Explore sexually in new ways so that you can keep the excitement. Because after this many years, it's like, ugh, again. Like, that's the whole point of like our whole product section is like there are clean and fun ways to spice up being intimate because in a long-term marriage, like that's really important. Reconnect emotionally, reconnect physically, get outside, go like do stuff.
Yeah.
Do stuff together. Find that friendship again. You're not just older, you're wiser and bolder and freer.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
That's true.
Okay, stage 6, the explosion stage. This isn't a numbered stage because it can hit at any time. A health crisis, a job loss, losing a parent, a child struggling, life throws something massive at you, and you're either cling to each other or you collapse under the weight.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen a lot of people at this stage.
We have had health crisis, well, not a major health crisis, job loss. I've lost a parent. Kids, we haven't any major kid struggles, but we have friends that have major kid struggles.
Yep.
We've watched families lose children. Like this is the stage where you either cling together and cling to God, be grateful that you have each other during these times, or you kind of like quit the communication, start to break apart.
Yeah, it all comes back to kind of like we've talked about when you're best friends and you're working together as one, this is when you can really get through these stages as working together as a team, right? Amy's just grabbing a drink real quick.
I'm dying. I'm choking on something. Okay.
You're totally good.
Sorry, everyone. Okay, last stage, stage 7, the completion stage, and it's beautiful. Is it?
We haven't been there. I guess we'll find out.
I don't know. You've weathered the storms, you've grown and stretched. Sorry. I'm joking.
Oh, you're totally good. Yeah, this stage, you've weathered the storms, you've gotten through everything. Hopefully you're retired. Hopefully you can have some fun together, right? It's like
right.
We dream of that stage.
Right. I don't dream of getting old. I'm really like don't want to get old at all. But like maybe this stage is right before you like can't do anything.
Yeah, before you kick the can, so to speak. But no, I think a lot of people dream of this stage. I think that's what you work your whole life for retirement and everything like that. So I can retire and I can spend time with my spouse and we can travel and do these
And
things
see our kids.
and go see our kids and grandkids. Give us lots of
And buy
grandkids.
lots of puppies because we all have kids at home. I don't know. Whatever that looks like to you. Like if you're best friends, it's gonna be awesome. If you're best friends, that stage is going to be awesome. Getting older is going to be awesome if you're best friends. I mean, how many times do I have to say it? Like, I truly believe that.
And it's building the foundation. So most of you listening to the podcast are probably around our age or younger, right? I would guess. So we definitely have
we have
older
older
people. There's
well,
no
probably
question.
60 and under is probably our main listeners. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Are you saying I'm 60? No,
Well,
I'm
you
just
just
joking.
called,
I'm
you
totally
just said you're one
joking.
of the older ones, but I know we have
I'm
in
totally.
high 50s, so.
Um, but now's the time to prepare and get your marriage in a good place and work together as a team, build that foundation so that when those years do come, you're prepared and you're going to have a much better time when you get older, be
Great.
spending time together and being together emotionally and intimately. And
Right.
those should be the amazing years. Those are years you look forward to. I'm looking forward to them. I can't wait to be able to travel and do all sorts of things with you when we're older.
Yeah, and I hope everyone feels like that. So, like I said, I think the whole message of this podcast is if you can be best friends through these stages or just really close friends, I want you to be best friends. Like I want to be best friends in my marriage. It just makes decisions easier. It makes trials easier. It makes parenting easier. It makes growing old easier. It makes it more fun. I
Yeah,
was gonna say funner. That's not a word, but it's more it's funner. Your marriage will be funner.
a friend with benefits. What could be better, right?
Right. Yep. So if you need awesome product to keep the passion alive in your marriage, go check out our date night coupon books. Or we have our sexy intimate coupon books that are new. We have our position coupon books. We have so many fun coupon books in our shop and toys and all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah, we ship out usually within 24 hours, free shipping in the US. Shop.ultimateintimacy.com. Your marriage will never be the same. Appreciate listening to the podcast. And until next time, we hope all of you find ultimate intimacy in your relationship.